moment tenga como minya para que denga como mi ni apraga to ekpe. Hey! Hello, 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 hello.
Chopra ya limie, ye pa ku kwebo. Chopra ya limie, ye pa ku kwebo. Tabla kapae, kapa ku taito. Tabla kapae, kapa ku taito. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Ne proga moment denga como mi ni apraga to ekpe. Hey! Hello, 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 hello.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm not going to wait for whoever coming up and whatsoever. It's very serious, and I will have to give this message out. I will have to say it. And today's show is a different show. It can tell you from the back of my screen, and you don't see anything like Mr. Cummings on it. You don't see anything. You will not see anything like Mr. Cummings on it today. But what I'm about to say, it will be directly to the Liberian people. Share this movie. Share this. Share it. What I'm about to say is for Liberians. Change is in the air. Are you ready for it? Change is in the air. And let me put my ground rules. You got two options. You either stay on my platform or you find your exit. If anybody come on my show and you put something that I am not satisfied, it will be the last time you watch my show. No one pay me. It's my video. It's my internet. It don't owned by anyone. I'm not looking for friendship. I'm doing it because I love my country and I expect you to love your country. I don't love individual than anything. No. I will not put my family over Liberia, and I don't expect anybody to do the same. So please like the video. Like the video. I appreciate it. Like it. And let us talk. You know, there's a parable. They say town rat and town trap. Whenever you go in the bush and you set a trap, it's actually because most of the people go to set it for rat or possum or whatsoever. It's not for rat alone. Anybody can fall into it. Anybody can fall into it. Today we went to Washington, D.C. We had a rally there. But I want to clear it down. The rally was actually organized by Julius, Lufa Julius. He started it, and ANC people joined him. And there were four other persons there there was a guy there from UP, and three other persons, they were independent. Some of them, their first time to actually go to go there, And the guy from UP, he said he's there because he said, as far as he's concerned, he's part of the CPP and Joshua government tried to do blah blah blah. Everybody had their own reason, and we were able to meet with they meet with one lawmaker. The rest was on Zoom, but it was the journalist, the guy from LRTN, Lofa Julius, and someone else went there and they talked, but the other lawmakers were all basic. So what they did was they requested us to get on Zoom, but I never signed into the Zoom because I was watching another person's Zoom, and there were a lot of things that was said, and the place was damn cool. My first time to really go over there to I've been to DC before, but not to go in that square, that open place where they breeze. But you see, it's no matter how many persons show up. People came from Minnesota, people came from Georgia and North Carolina, Philadelphia, New Jersey. You see the difference with some of us, and I like to make it clear all the time. I'm actually not a registered member, no matter what people will say about it. But I am a sympathizer of ANC. But I'm not a registered member, and I don't need to lie about it because my name is not on there. I've never registered with any political party. I've never registered with any political party. I register with myself. But I admire political leaders. I admire politicians if your platform is good. So the rest is history. But we must stand up for ourselves. One of the things they say that we must stand up for ourselves. If you don't do it, they won't just do it for you. You must show that you want change. You must prove that you, as a citizen, want change. When you sit back and act all quick, you sit in the back and I don't want to talk because and me, I can go to Liberia or I get citizen friend. I got family people in Liberia and my life is at risk. I might not be the biggest, I might not be the smallest. Liberia will say, just a poo. My wife is afraid right now because someone called me and I put them on speaker and giving me a warning that what will happen. Life. Giving me the information. But I put my life at risk. You might think nobody watching me, or I might think that nobody watching me, but it's social media. We risk our lives. That is why when I said that I respected Costa, although with all his foolishness, because of what he did when he talking, he put his life on the line. Whether he took bribe and whatsoever, that is where if you are a patriot and you go behind the scene and do certain things, then it's on you. But some of us will risk our life. My wife cry on me every day. She cry on me every day. My children, Daddy, this thing you're doing, you think you'll go to Liberia. This thing you're doing, you think you'll go to Liberia. But freedom is not free, my people. Freedom is not free. Anything in life that you want, you must fight for it. The people say we're not ready. One of them said there are a lot of Liberians in America, but we don't see them. One of them. There are a lot of Liberians in America. And one of them said a strange thing that Liberians behave like Americans in a sense. And the person who said it was a black lawmaker that would behave like the blacks. When we are comfortable with ourselves and enjoying, we don't really go out there to talk or advocate for other people who are not. We're joking. You'll see what happened in Liberia today. Where are the UP people? The plan here was to damage CPP. Bernard Ure had been into this thing for so long. Today, Brandy, so when the Supreme Court passed a ruling, there's nothing you can do about it. The Supreme Court have ordered for Brandy Samoka to go to jail for 2 years. And Brandy Samoka done with politics in his life. If you are convicted, you are done with politics. He's trying to have a meeting with President Weah. I'm giving you first information. Maybe some of us will look stupid to you, but people will give you info that is right. They did it to who? Kabina Janet. They did it to Brandy Samoka. Brandy Samoka supposed to join CDC if he wants anything. But no, he's not. Brandon Samoka going to jail. Why UP is not talking? Why the people from Lofa County is not talking? This government have put us into a situation that will break them up. First is for them to make sure they go against Bouaka. And that's the thing. There's a report on the General Auditing Commission, the last report. Go and research yourself. On former vice president, there's $1 million not accounted for. That is what the CDC government want to use if Joseph Bouaka is the standard bearer, to charge him and let him go to court. But they failed. Ure failed to break it up, because if he can produce and Bouaka against George Weah, that's a very good thing. They can do whatsoever. Now, they failed on that. They noticed that Mr. Cummings was having an urge over it. So what they need to do is to break up the CPP. And when you break up the CPP, then it's his possibility. And let me tell you, I will be honest with Liberian people. If that election is close, George Weah is the next president of Liberia. If the election in Liberia 2033 is close, George Weah will win the election with 50%, 0.2, 0.1, 0.3, so. And some of us will not say anything because we do it to ourselves. Where is Henry Costa? Where is the UP people? Today, Brandon Samoka, member of UP, going to jail. And guess what now? That's not finished there. Mr. Cummings, their plans is to find Mr. Cummings guilty. And he will be out of the race. And he will be out of the race. It is their plan. It is not a joking thing. It is their plan. They're going to push it until they reach to the Supreme Court. They got Nangbe, they got whosoever. And they will find Mr. Cummings guilty. If you don't speak now, you will get President Weah as the next president. It's good for the seditions. They will be happy, but guess what? Time trap is not for rat alone. The child who said the man will not sleep, did herself will not sleep. Liberians, if you don't stand up to keep this government busy, like what they did to Ellen Johnson, when they said that we will give Ellen Johnson a better Liberia, we will protest every day. If you don't stand up for your rights, trust me, there will be the end. It will be the end. If you don't stand up, you're who the CPP, the ANC people in Liberia, you're supporting Mr. Cummings, you're whatsoever. If you don't stand up and continue to speak and go on radio and say what you want to say and want to sit down and act like Mr. Big Stuff and whatsoever, we ain't doing nothing. We're not doing nothing. Coming on Facebook here and insulting and doing this and pressing this person will not help us. Y'all don't know what Mr. Cummings is going through right now. And let me tell you something, it will not harm Mr. Cummings. They rather want for Mr. Cummings to go to jail. And when he go to jail, he will not contest anymore. And then that's what's going to happen. When they take them to jail, Mr. Weah will give a clemency. I'm giving you a first-hand information. Mr. Weah will come and give a clemency, pardon them, and they will be out. And then he will get the news like he don't know, but they can't run again. And they can run. But you need to put the pressure on the government. This case, let me explain to you again on this case. The document they're requesting for Mr. Cummings don't have a document. They are requesting, URE is requesting for the first document that the Liberian people rejected. That document was signed on May 19, and the Liberian people rejected it. They took it and they amended the document. They did some amendment. When they did the amendment, they took it to them. They agree. My people, nobody signed amendment copy. I challenge anybody today. Anything that is being amended, the American Constitution was amended 33 times and 27 ratification. They still carry the old signature. The ANC Constitution was amended. They still carry Henry Pedro Costa name on our Constitution. If you amend the Liberian Constitution today, it will still carry Amos Sawyer name and the date 1987. There is nothing there to change. But because we don't think for ourselves, they will use us and they will lie to us. And they all got copies of the document. They all got copies of this framework. The framework copies were distributed by Jonathan Doroke, the Deputy Secretary General of ANC. On 13/9/21, on 9, that means November 13, 2021, Williams, Gerard Williams from the Liberty Party signed. He wrote his name and then he signed for his copy from Liberty Party. The receptionist, his telephone number 077. I will not call the number. And he put his 2 telephone number now for Liberty Party. Then we go to what's the party name? UP. UP was Bell, Alfonso, and F. Alfonso Y. Belle. F. Alfonso Y. Belle signed for UP document, chairman, election, and campaign. He put his telephone number there. Then, and every one of them received it on the same November 13, 2021. Then we go to All Liberian Party. Heron Flomo. Heron Flomo signed for All Liberian Party. He put his signature. He's the National Youth Advisor. And he put his telephone number. These are all the signature. I'm going to download it. I will post it. These are all the signature. They receive copies of the amended copies. Now, if you amend, you don't sign again. You all heard, let's watch the tape. You admitted, yes, the lawyers went through, they did an amendment through our instruction. And when they did the amendment, they brought the copies. We look at it, we agree. And when you agree, it's to pile it together and it will still carry the same signature May 19. It cannot be changed anymore. It cannot be changed. I'm not a lawyer. I challenge anybody who would tell me that you only sign something when you dissolve it. When like Liberia dissolved the 1847 up to 1980 constitution, it was dissolved. And we did new constitution. So the 4 months, the people who put it together sign it. The copy they're asking for is the first copy, which Mr. Cummings don't have it. They have a draft. Draft is not a document. They got a draft. Let them bring it out. Why will you ask somebody for something that they don't have? Why are we wasting ANC people? Why are you wasting time to tell the Liberian people all these things? Why? And 2, 3, who will want to give you 5 copies to go and notarize? Who the hell will give you 5 copies to go and notarize? You want to notarize 1 document. Why are you notarizing 5 documents? To do what? Your copy don't need to be notarized. The one that you're taking, do you know why you don't notarize 2, 3 copies? For forgery and whatsoever. You notarize 1 copy and give it to the people. And you keep the other copy for yourself. And you put a date on it, say, but this is the copy we gave you. When we notarize our constitution for the Liberian Computer Association, the one I will send to IRS, notarize it. Everybody get a copy of the constitution. We notarize their own. Their plans, but because they fail, now this is what they want. They want Mr. Cummings to join the rest of the people, the guys, to go to NEC and withdraw the copies. Once you withdraw that copy from NEC, a CPP dissolve. Once you withdraw that copy from NEC, CPP withdraw. They dissolve. That means the exit clause and whatsoever is done because it's not legal anymore. That is what they want. They want for Mr. Cummings to get, and Mr. Cummings alone cannot remove that copy. It have to be with the 4 political parties. The 4 political parties. And guess what? What they do know, and Mr. Bwaka, they will subpoena him, he will testify. Their plan is to break Mr. Bwaka. They will disgrace him at the court. Then we prosecute Mr. Cummings, and Mr. Bwaka will be left with nothing, and he will leave. And it will give George Weah the chance to be the next president. They are ready to cheat. If you don't want to listen to it, get off my page right now. What goes around comes around. You know the rope that hang babu, it can hang monkey. Today is Mr. Cummings. Tomorrow, who's next? If you're in Liberia and you're listening, it's up to you. If you don't put your foot down, you will get you. In fact, if they make that decision, it will be late for you. You in Liberia need to make it hard for them. And CDC did it. CDC kept Ellen Johnson on her feet. This one is not to demonstrate in a sense to go and demonstrate, but you can demonstrate. It is your right. You can do it all over. You can do it in every county. You can do it to one. You don't need to go to the capital, Monrovia. You can keep them busy and keep them on their feet too. There's a coup in Burkina Faso. And guess what? If President Weah come out and start killing the Liberian people, maybe the military will take over too. Now they don't need to change the constitution, but all they need to do is to suppress you and destabilize you and intimidate you that even on election day you will not be able to vote. So the process is going on. I know some people say you're talking nonsense. You're in America, you're talking nonsense. Good. Good. And you people laughing. Now, Brandon Samoka going to jail. What UP saying about it? What UP saying about it? Brandon Samoka trying to meet George Weah now to beg for clemency. But it's over for him. He's not going to, even if he pay the money, they still get a charge on him. He paid his share of the money. His share of the money that he paid, but they said no, they are co-defenders. So all that money should be paid. You see it? The Supreme Court is the highest. Any decision they render, you can't change it. Who are they going to appeal to? Who above the Supreme Court? They all need to just drag you to the Supreme Court. When they drag you there, do you trust Nangbe? Do you trust the Chief Justice? It was Kabina Jana yesterday. Brandon Samoka gone. But one thing, they're taking a serious risk. The calculation, I hope they know what they're doing. I hope they know what they're doing. So maybe Cummings will be the last. If they think that they're going to take Cummings out, I'm sending a caveat right now. They will have to take a lot of people out. Liberians will walk in the street. You won't cost me, you can cost me. Liberians will stand up It's not about Mr. Cummings anymore. They're only trying to say that good people never survive. And the whole world know about it. We know about it. Why you will allow Benina Ure to use you, Mr. Boaka, and use Yombly, and you don't know what's going on, what was going on. You said that, oh, Billy is the one who spoiled the party. Today, the Ure family is fine. The daughter got the car parking lot. The other daughter, they maneuvering to see if they can send out to France because they're on hold now. When they backfire, they put it on hold. The other daughter got a radio frequency now, everything. Mr. Ure, it's okay. It's okay. He's a businessman. And you Liberian and UP all over the place. Josh Lobo, why you not talking about Bernard Samuka, that Liberty and UP party? He going to jail. You hear them talking? They're silent. Time trap now for rat alone. That Mr. Cummings is looking at next. After Mr. Cummings, who next? Gonglo. After Gonglo, that's it. Kiasel. And who going to run against Joshua? That's it. You get pissed off. The same thing that happened during Ellen Johnson and Joshua second term. They're going to do it. You get pissed off. You not vote, and Joshua will walk through again. Yeah. Joshua said, oh, but I'm tamper with the Constitution. I never tamper with the Constitution. That's it. And when they pass the law, they say, well, that's the law of the land. There's nothing we can do. If you don't speak out now, and you're waiting for them to run out a decision, you will not speak out again. The people of Olofa, when I say on my show every day that you're damn lazy, you're damn scary, you are nothing, you got big mouth, you could not stand up for your senator. Let's forget whether he or crook or not that the man you voted for. You are bringing the wonderful devil. The devil never came outside. Joshua will not kill you. The police will beat you. Your freedom is not free. That's your senator. Whether he crook or not, that the one you voted for, the Nimba voted for Prince Johnson, the killer. The killer and a crook, what the difference? Let them try to a Nimba man or some crew man and see how they will go in the street or a Bassa man. But your people from Nova County, you're so educated, you're so quiet, you're so submissive. The devil will come out. The devil will come out. Y'all forget about Joe Barker. I bet you today they can do it to Joe Barker. You will not do nothing. You will not do nothing. They can bring out a case against Joe Barker with a GSC something. You will not do a damn thing. When mayor vest, you do what you want to do. You're going the street. You're from Lofa County. We're not getting no war in Liberia. There will be no war in Liberia. No war. But Liberians, you must stand up. Freedom is not free, oh. We're just starting. Thank God that everybody's eyes are open and whatsoever. But freedom is not free. Freedom is not free. CDC kept Ellen Johnson on her heels. They had some plans for CDC and they kept Ellen Johnson on her heels and make it straight until she was little afraid. Y'all listen to Magay. He said if they try to change any result, they will hold themselves responsible. That's what Magay said. If they change this result, they should hold themselves responsible. The liberators are the suppressors. All this thing they've been doing, Mr. Cummings this, Mr. Cummings that, they're satisfied now today. They're satisfied. Y'all had a traitor among y'all. Benna Ure. You're going after an innocent man. Or innocent. An innocent man. Talking about he changed document. Because of crookishness. You requesting for document that is not even existent. You amended the damn constitution. The damn CPP constitution was amended. So it changed. How will you request for it? You sign it. How the hell will you sign the second time that the education at the school you went to? You all are dummies. It's sad. They use your, Ben Ayure use your, today, CPP is done. What are Mr. Cummings will not go to neck, and no one for sure. He will stand his ground. If they want to send him to jail, he will send him to jail. They will disqualify him. But you should understand, your Liberian people, you understand. And I can say this. If George Weah president, I will continue this show and I will promote George Weah and I will advocate for lifetime president. And all the friends, I will concentrate on my family. Even the one them who I will concentrate on some at the way I want to. Because it's in your hand. I want the people say. It's in your hands. They can't speak for you. They can't fight for you. You must fight for yourself. Democracy around the world have been tampered with. Y'all do know that? That's what they said. Democracy around the world have been tampered with. If you don't stand up, you will get what you request for, what you allow them to do. Because the voting is in your hands. It's not in nobody's hands. Nobody's squeezing you to pay. Nobody's squeezing you to go and vote. And to the ANC people, let me say it now. If you don't want to talk to me anymore, that's your business. You people sitting down, acting slow, acting like Mr. Kui, nobody tell you to go and do. Nobody said the officials, you support Mr. Cummings. If you don't stand up and afraid, the mind are down, fear no fall. He already on the ground. You can't be in the water, then you worry about getting wet. You won't get into politics. Thank God there is no. What are they going to look for you to your house? No military going to go in the street. The police are human beings. The police got relatives. They got relatives, and the relatives will be in the street. Nobody's saying that President Weah should resign. Nobody should say President Weah should resign. But we need transparency and we need to stop the witch hunt. Election must be fair, free and fair. Like this page, please. If you don't like this page to read, I will just cut the show off and I will do whatsoever I want to do. Because you people are discouraging, seriously. Seriously. The thing is that if you don't stand up, nobody is saying that George Weah should resign. George Weah is the legitimate president of Liberia. He's the one we voted for. It's not against him. It's against the system. If you go into protest, you're not protesting against George Weah. You are protesting against the system. It's to tell the judiciary or whosoever getting involved that we are watching. And we will be in the street until an innocent man can get out. We can have a protest every day. Every day. Put the banner up. Peaceful protests. You don't need to go to Capitol Hill. You don't need to go and stand in front of the foreign ministry. You can do it in Painesville. You can do it in Banga. You can do it in Sannikole. You can do it in all over the counties. And send a message that the rights of the people should prevail. No intimidation. Because I'm telling you, if you think during the Charles Taylor election there was intimidation, you don't see nothing coming yet. You don't see nothing coming yet. Their plans is to find Mr. Cummings guilty and send him to jail for 1 year, 6 months, and he would not be qualified to run. And I take him and I stutter him. Their plans, Brano Samoka going to jail. Brano Samoka pay the money, his share. They say no. But you know, if I were Brano Samoka, but he will not run again. So I'll be honest with you, Brandon Samoka trying to have an audience with President Weah. With President Weah for clemency. Now, they never told Brandon Samoka to pay the 1 million plus. They never told him. They said pay this amount. After they pay it, they stay delaying. They say, oh, no. The other people are co-defenders, so you're responsible to let all of them pay. Or else, he was going to look for the $1 million and pay it. Everybody, the people who took over this government, their minds are not like real politicians. They're using the Ellen playbook. But I will say this. I hope you know what you're doing, this government. If you think that you will come out and deny Mr. Cummings his right or bogus case that everybody know it make no sense. He cannot produce something. He did not forge any signature. Let somebody show me a document or constitution that was signed and amendment done and they re-signed it. Nobody can show me that. The American Constitution still carry the same signature, carry all the dates, but there were amendments made, changes were made on it. ANC Constitution, there were changes made. It still carry Henry Costa name and the date. I just show you who received. Liberty Party Flomo and ALP receive the number and everything there. Everything is there. This is not fair. What they're doing, that's you. The Liberians they own. Not Mr. Cummings. Because they know now that there is no way they can campaign against Mr. Cummings. They don't know how to campaign against Cummings. So all the things they were doing, you see how Ure set them up? And let Bouaka take fool to go testify. When Bouaka go and testify, they will disgrace him on the stage. That means the Liberian people will know him. Then they go for Cummings. And that case will go. We know that they won't take it to the Supreme Court. When they take it to the Supreme Court, they will hold on to it. And you see, now you see, some of them are regretting. Delon regretting. Henry Costa, if he's not regretting, then he got no heart. All they thought what they were doing it for Bouaka. No. What Ure was doing, he was doing it for himself. And Henry Costa aware. And look, let me tell you something. Some of us get to know late. Maggie said it at one time, said it. June 7th, Maggie told people that Henry Costa received money. But all the things they were doing, y'all who y'all laugh. Oh yeah, JP. We all in the boat together. We are in the boat. But history will hold you one by one. Joshua win the next election. Come 2029, you the young people, your thing you will contest. I dare you. You will never contest in your life. By that time, Liberia will be changing. I'm telling you. Finally, you decide to break the CPP. Oh, Mr. Cummings finger you. Mr. Cummings finger the CPP. Mr. Cummings did this. Mr. Cummings did that. Mr. Cummings that role. Mr. Cummings that criminal. Right in your eyes now, they're sending Brandon Samoka to jail for 2 years. What UP doing? What the statement you're putting up? If we tell you some of the people that even help Brandon Samoka, it's not even from you. But I will not tell you. Liberians. Freedom is not free. All the country you see today, they pay for freedom. They pay for freedom. And let me say this, not because God brought us to America. If I was to be in Liberia and we have such a situation, because in Liberia, I was not in the forefront. I would taught me how to protest. All the protests in Liberia, I went to all the protests. I went to the last protest that they whipped us. Although they didn't catch us, they didn't catch some of us. If I were to be in Liberia and in America, and I can't kind of this thing here, with that kind of situation, with that kind of thing, I was going to be on it. I went to Liberia 2018, running campaign. I criticized them. In Liberia, my brother, people, man, you can't be doing it here, this and that. Just take it easy. Yeah. Look, death can come anyway. If that God said you die, Nelson Mandela went to jail for 27 years. He didn't die. They whipping, they did all kinds of things. They didn't die. So his other friend then went there, they died before even they went to jail. Patrice Nimbuba, when they grabbed him, they killed him straight. We're not serious. Our problems now, I know today that the white men, the American men know that the problem is ourselves. Because we can't stand up for ourselves. We cannot stand up for ourselves. American men telling us that we don't stand up for ourselves. When it happens to one person and one person talk. When it happens to another person, one person talk. No. When it happens to another person, when it go against you, then you cry. When in your favor, then you laugh. Yes. Even the seditious, they are crying. Some of them saying it, but they can't say it in public. They can't say it in public. Oh, now I will go now, but you know I can't talk. Oh. When you say it, how many ANC people you can see even coming to post to write under your post? No, they all big people. They all queen. Only a handful of people showing their faces. All of them just sitting down. Yeah, my man. Today, I'm believing that people are telling me thank you. My man, thank you. Yeah. Hey, man. You know, I watched your show last night, and the way you were talking about that framework, you know, I never heard about it. That some people first did yesterday heard about it. Oh, my man, thank you. Oh, my man, thank you. Nobody pay me for what I'm doing. The time I spend there, nobody pay me for it. But I want to see good for Liberia. I want to leave from here and go to Liberia and come back sound. I don't want to go to Liberia, get a headache, then I'm rushing to come to America because nothing in Liberia for me to take. The same way the official in Liberia, when they're sick, they run to Ghana and they leave you there. By the time they're sick, boop, they're gone. They go to Ghana. The children won't go for vacation. They carry the children in. All the children live in America. Then you're in Liberia and talk about us. Me, I born my children. But all of them, the children live in America. 80% of the people working in our government, the children in America, and you don't know that. The lawmakers, they all get green card and citizenship. The children in America. The children in America. You don't know that? The liberators are always the suppressors. All the things you fought for. Ellen Johnson this, Ellen Johnson that. It coming right back to us. They forget about everything that they did. All the good things they were talking. It gone to them. It reminds me when Liberia killed 13 Liberians on the pole for rampant corruption. When we killed them, we came back and doubled the corruption. Hypocrisy. Pretend. We are so corrupt and pretend are we not. When you claim, you forget about the next man. My man, you got to try and claim for yourself too. All our role models are crooks. So every child in Liberia today are crooks. They want to be, and he got a tinted car. They want to be Jenna John Brown. Share the video, please. And thanks to the 21 who liking the video. I appreciate you highly. Yeah. The other 10, I know they just on there and they don't care. Yeah. So, Liberians, to the CPP, that's what they want. Why Mr. Bouaka have not made the announcement yet to leave CPP? You can't leave the CPP. The only hope, and that is what they want to push Mr. Cummings on. Join them, go and get the document, and dissolve the CPP. Let everybody go by the business. Then they gave George Weah a hope. Then CDC got a hope. And then they take the next step. That is all they want. Should Mr. Cummings join them, go to CPP and remove the documents? Is that a good thing? It's up to you. Or Liberians should learn to stand by what they sign. Should Mr. Cummings join the other three leaders, the three parties, and say, okay, let's go to NEC and bring the document. When that document is out of NEC position, anybody can walk out. You do know that? It's not binding anymore. What binds them together is the documents with NEC. Mr. Cummings alone cannot go for it. That is what they've been preaching. Two things. Bring the old document we gave you. Or what we're going to do, let's just go for the other document and bring it and fix it and send it back. But when you bring it, CPP is not involved. That means ANC and CDC and UPS, okay, you guys don't register again, you know that, you're out. And some of them, what they fail to realize, if Yombly, who want to be VP, she's on a suspension right now. Even if Waka remains in the CPP right now, as I'm speaking to you, and he's a standard bearer, he can't carry Yombly because you know what? Yombly is on a suspension with NEC, with Liberty Party. And who Liberty Party? Who recognized Liberty Party? NEC. Nobody will tell Yombly to be honest. They say, well, we don't recognize Yombly as Liberty Party person. So Yombly will have to resign. Or even if NEC decide if what his name said go separate, if everybody go their own way, Yombly is under suspension. She can't go with Bouaka as VP for Liberty Party. Because the first thing, if you're running on your own, now you have to take a vice president from your party. Or you're going to merge with what? Yombly? Yombly is not the head of Liberty Party. But all the things they fail to realize. And this was their plan. And Darius Dillon will lie about it because Darius Dillon was one of the architects on this whole plan. That was the same plan they carried to Billity. Today, Billity is suing Dillon. Dillon was smart. You know why? Somebody pinching. They bill. They said the judge went to funeral. And the pinch said, you better don't come here today. The judge going to a funeral because if you're going to go there today, you are going to post bill. And you don't have that money for the post bill. You got to put something down that worth certain amount. You're going to go to jail. Billity is serious about it because it's not the money. Although I hear on the spoon talk, you won't tell me Billity character worth $1 million. It's not the money. I can sue you for $10 because I want justice just to prove to you. It's not about the money, but it's about the person that you're suing to know that Billity will win it. They don't have nothing, no evidence. Because it's lie that Mr. Billity did not tamper with that. They all signed the document. And Billity had our plans long time. They used to come and say, oh, Billity admitted. That lie. But Billity don't come up and be talking. He's a businessman. Billity will not come up and say, oh, yes. They did all this. The whole document started with Liberty Party. When they say Liberty Party, finger, boop. They say, oh, you know what? Let's bring the one up that the signature page, They put it on the other document and submitted it. My people, don't be stupid. This is the Constitution. This is the Constitution. We signed this Constitution. When we signed this Constitution, the public cry. So let's do some amendment. We call the people, we did an amendment, and we look at it. When we look at it, the one that we say we don't want, we fix it and put it back. It's the same signature page with the date supposed to be on it. You don't sign again. What kind of educated people they so? You don't sign. You do not sign it again. It will always carry Cummings, Ure, Bwaka, whosoever, blah, 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 May 19, and that's the same document going. The first one was not dissolved. It was not. It was not dissolved. That first one, they all got draft. They all got copies. They got it with them. Go and read. Everybody went and read and read it. When they did it, what they did, they came back and signed it on May 19 when Ure was turning over, blah, 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 blah. They gave it to Liberian people. Liberian people condemn it. They had there where only member of CPP, local, whatsoever will get job, or all kinds of things. They give it to the lawyers. The lawyers say, listen, this thing here, they make 10 recommendations. Ure admitted. They brought it to us. They explained to us, we agreed to everything. Then we took it and gave it to the secretary. You go and put it together. When they put it together, they don't bring it back to you. You already agree. They put it together, they carry it. They register the law, they register all the candidates. They use it the entire 2020. Because Mr. Ure started to hold grounds, and they noticed that Mr. Cummings, because Mr. Ure said it, he said, I went to Cummings and said, Cummings, why can't I will put myself aside? Why can't you just go, Mr. Bwaka? Because Mr. Cummings said no. Okay. Bam. And then I know what to do to you next. I know what to do to you next. Some of y'all want to say, but you know, Mr. Cummings was just supposed to agree that the corrupt ones now, that the one them who want the system to remain the same all the time, the one who got a collaboration for. Why you didn't tell me from the onset that this is what we want to do? What you think? Or why they couldn't come to you, Mr. Bwaka and Ure long time before the CPP started and say, listen, man, guys, we're looking at two of you. Send Mr. Bwaka this. After the election, you sit down and talk. But Mr. Bwaka put everybody under the impression that he was done with politics. He was not into the game anymore. And Mr. Bwaka himself spoke and said, this collaboration, it shouldn't be about just removing George Weah. If that is it, then it should be about change. In 3 years, people went. The problem was some of us afraid. The people who behind Bwaka, they want the presidency more than Bwaka himself. They really need it. They're doing everything to get it themselves because of the way the influence they got over the woman. The influence that they got over the woman. And they got their own house fighting. They vex with Costa because Costa the only person who talking for them, and Costa to get to know. So they fighting each other. Samuka going to jail. It's Mr. Cummings next. Will Mr. Cummings go to jail? Will you sit there and allow them to treat your political leader like this? You need a political fight. It's not about George Weah. It's not about George Weah, it's the system. We all know and we have seen it that the justice or jungle justice, is that the system you're saying that your believe, your trust in? Is that the system? Today take your seat, tomorrow don't take your seat. They gave him the opportunity to contest. The Supreme Court ruled that he should contest. The Supreme Court ruled that he should go and do whatsoever. And guess what? Now, Deviata Brown is one of the person who I know she's not going to, I just got the information that she will not do whatever they want. Let them take her to court and whatsoever. Sion, what it means, Sion is the devil. Sion is the devil. He was the chief IT guy at NEC. He complained Deviata Brown, forget about her giving her brother contract, that Deviata Brown refused to follow instruction to do what he signed the IT guy turned commissioner to do, to change numbers and insist that's it. And Deviata Brown tried to be objective. So Sion might be because what they're telling her, listen, you owe us. You will not go to jail. We will not replace you, but this is what you will have to do. And which she don't want to go that route. So if they remove her, Sion won that position. He won it badly. He won it. He's a crewman now. He won it. He don't care. He sold. He worked for Ellie. Ellie the one that put him there. Ellie the one that put him there. He worked for Ellie. Yeah. Let me share this video. It is shameful. It is shameful. Liberians. Okay, Maurice George, you talking nonsense. Okay. Maurice George. Okay, Maurice George, sorry, because of your stupidity, I don't have to argue with you. Since you don't get nothing to do, a big fool like you will come on my page. I just told you. A big fool like you will come on under my post and say I'm talking nonsense. This is the last time you will ever see my face. You understand? Because you're so stupid. You are very stupid. Your hair got mud in it. Your hair got mud. You are brainless. You pretend, but your head is empty. You come on my page and say I'm talking nonsense. Did I ever force you to come on my page? I don't need you. And nobody need you. You purchase stupidity. These are some of the stupidness that we talk about. And nobody should even tell me, say, money, oh, let it go. No. Maurice George, you're a fool. I know you very well and you know me. You're a fool, Maurice George. You're an idiot. You understand? You got no brains. Big fool like you come on my post and say I'm speaking nonsense. You insulting me. But this is the last show that you're going to watch. This is the last show. And that's here. This is the last show that you will ever watch on this thing here. So have a nice day. I will not take it from nobody today. I will not take it from nobody. I'm not stopping you to make a comment. But if your comment is against me, I will block you. If your comment is against me, I will block you. I want to be honest with anybody here. James Zay, who brought you here? Get out. Nobody brought you here, my brother. You don't want to stay sitting around watching. Nobody bring you here. I can take you out. Don't worry. Don't worry. I can take you out easy. Easy. Inaha, my brother. Thank you. You're telling him he don't belong here. Yeah. My brother, don't worry. I can take you out easy for yourself. I can make it easy for you. You don't have to worry about who bring you here. Nobody bring you here, my brother. Nobody bring you here. Nobody. Oh. James Zia is a fake page. It is a fake page. So, guys, everything is with yourself. I will tell you today. Okay, James. Living in Townsend, Delaware. Thank you very much, James. Okay. So, this these are the information that we got that Liberians are not ready. But where are the UP members? You know, for seditions, when they are dead people, we don't talk about them. Even UP got no right to be talking. Maybe they got us into the mess. You sedition, they don't even know what they want. They will remain there. You know, the hard time in Liberia, do not look for parties member. They all it come to whosoever. And you know, so everybody going through the hard time. They chose just George Weah, they can go ahead and take George Weah. But one thing we say, if God keep us alive and George Weah is the president, but look, if this election is close, when this election is too close, George Weah is the next president. I'm not going to brag, I'm not going to hide on it. That means they can do anything they want to do. We need to keep them basic. This is not about telling President Weah to get out. It's about the system. The next plan is to go after Mr. Cummings. What they're doing is to deny Mr. Cummings to contest. When they find Mr. Cummings guilty, they will take it to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court will make the decision and you will not come back. The Supreme Court will make that decision and that's it. You will never ever contest. Yeah. You will never contest. We need to let the government know that we know what's going on. The judges, it's not that they don't know the law, but they are all being bought. Judge Jala going to send the case to another court. Serena Cephas is doing the dirty work. Y'all need to stand up. Oh, I'm not saying the ANC people, y'all judge geometry, Liberians, y'all need to stand up. Today is yesterday was what he think Cabinet Janet. Today is Brandon Samuka. We said it before. I said Brandon Samuka will not get that position. But we thought the Lothians were people that were going to stand up. Stand up to the government and say, listen, this is it. Now, the court said he should go to jail. President Weah will issue pardon. He will pardon him. But he's not going to run. He's going to forget about the Senate. They will pardon him. Or if you want to join CDC, then they might come back and give you another ruling and say that he's free to contest. Yeah. He's free to contest. So where are UP? Where is the UP people? What happened, Mr. Bwaka? What happened, Mr. Bwaka? What happened with UP? They're not talking. Yesterday, it was Mr. Cummings. They were posting little by little. George Lobo said, Mr. Cummings, the convicted criminal, was denied, blah, 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 on his post. Where's Mr. Bwaka? Where is Mr. Bwaka? Why he not speaking? What next? What you got to say about what's going on now? Is Mr. Yesterday was Cabinet Janet. Today is, look, they had it plans long time. We say it every day. We've been saying it. We've been saying it. We've been singing the song. Every day we sing the song. Huh? Do you guys want for Mr. Cummings to join the other three and go get the document from NEC and dissolve the CPP, correct? And, let everybody go about the business? Or you should stand your ground and say, no matter what it costs, I will not remove it. Look, UP will not contest on their own. Liberty Party will not go. They can form a new party. But I'm telling you today, Joe Bwaka will not be on the ballot. I know you say, but you're talking about Mr. Cummings in jail. Oh, yes. It's possible that Cummings might not be there too. It's possible. We know why Mr. Cummings, they don't want him there. They play the cards. But that's the wrong place. Not every stick in the bush that raccoon can rub a butt on. Not every stick. Annie Yancey, Anderson, and what a woman he said, all the people that were doing the bojo in Maryland. Maybe some of you don't know, I was a little bit, I was small. They killed one boy they called Moses. They've been killing people. That the last boy they killed. And the boy told them when they tied him that day, according to eyewitnesses, according to the confession and whatsoever, the boy told them that this will be the last body you will touch. And from there, every one of them, they will hang under the top of administration. That was a big thing. That whole, it was taking heart from people, and it was a big business in Africa. And they were using it. They say, oh, that for ritual. They say, oh, that for medicine. So when they catch you, they take out your heart, but they call your knobbed. Yeah. They plug your eye. They say that something, but they take the parts that they need. And that was a big business. Yeah. Today, people have been doing it before. Ellen Johnson never did it to George Weah. Ask yourself the question. Ellen Johnson never went after George Weah. Although the seditionists were pissed off, they were demonstrating, but Ellen Johnson never went against President Weah to stop him. Why President Weah people doing it? Why are they doing it? Why? They're not trampling on Mr. Cummings' rights. That's you. That's you. Do you think that if we give President Weah a second chance, he would do better than what he's doing? You think so? And I hope the calculation is right, because the whole world watching them. As much as they say Liberians are not ready to stir their own destiny, they're not prepared to fight for themselves. That's truth. The world will have nothing to do with us. That we're not serious. You think America will go to Liberia and change the rules and say, yo, cancel that verdict? No. If it's done, it's done. They will never change it. Why his name went to the ECOWAS court? In fact, while this case is on, we need to sue the government and URE. We need to sue them. We need to sue them and sue the government to ECOWAS court. that they infringing on the rights of this man. In Burkina Faso, there's a coup right now. Look, the military there to protect everybody. If we're in the street and the police try to brutalize citizens, look, guys, Liberians, to protest in Liberia is not about protesting to remove government. No, we're protesting for our rights. It don't need to be done by the mansion. You can do it in Pinsville, you can do it in Looking Town, you can do it across the bridge, you can do it in Wanga, you can do it in Nima County, you can do it in Maryland. It's just to mobilize and call people peaceful demonstration against the right to save democracy in Liberia, or else we are going into another regime that we will not like. They will bully you, and that's it. And that's it. The president have already started his campaign. He have already started his campaign. One thing the president said today when they were launching the telephone thing, the president said he's the one that gave Zuka Wilson a job. You know, Zuka Wilson was suffering job with him. And I will be honest with you, President Weah know how to make up story. When President Weah was working at LTC, he was playing for IE. Zuka Wilson was playing for Mother Barrow. Who was the president? Samuel Doe. Who was Samuel Doe? Our Barrow fan. You want to believe that George, you are the one that gave Zuka Wilson the job to LTC. All the Barrow players, some work with LEC, some of them with LPRC, LPMC, and LTC. These four corporations have all First Division players. LEC have more IE players. All the LPRC players was with LPRC. And some IE players were with LTC. Listen, how can President Weah give Zuka Wilson a job at LTC when Zuka was mine for Barrow and he was playing for IE? This president know how to lie. This George Weah gave us a story the same way he said in New York that he gave Zuka Wilson millions of dollars for Lone Star. But the same president said, I never knew Zuka Wilson. I never knew the guy. He said he never knew Zuka Wilson. How can George Weah, you believe it that George Weah gave Zuka Wilson a job when they were playing football? No. Salensa, I don't know where he was even working. Salensa was with all company because he used to go to Ellington Johnson, to LPMC, that where he used to get to pay from. So all the First Division team players, they were not on salary. They were all working with corporations. But and Liberians enjoy it. They laugh about it. They laugh about it. Say, well, you see, I get it, man. His first watchman job to LPRC, to LTC. But anyway, I just trying to call it because you guys don't really listen. So, change is in the air. Are you ready for it? It's in your hands. Will you sit there to be suppressed? To allow the government to suppress you? Will you allow that to happen? Will you allow that to happen? It's sad. It is sad. Okay, guys, I got to take a rest. I had a long day in Washington, D.C., and it was nice, but Liberians, it's up to us, yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's true that Kiase, a helicopter cannot go to Liberia, but people make fun out of it. People make fun out of it. So what are we saying? Liberians, man. Okay, let me put some of the comments on here. I got, but let me see how many comments. How are you, man? How's everything? Hello to everyone. Yeah, Bole, who annoyed my friend? Nobody, man. I just listen to lawmakers and they're telling us that we're not serious. Yeah, the real in selling Dion, yeah. Picking you strong. I salute you. See you later. Yeah, my man. They cannot do that bullshit with commies. Shit. I cost Maurice George. Oh, tell me, I cost Maurice George. I just seen your other post. Hey, Maurice George, I'm sorry. Niswa, I want to apologize to Maurice George. You see, sometimes when you're putting the post up, when you put this post up, so you see, listen to me. Now I want to know if y'all will blame me on this one. Maurice George came up here and say they cannot do that bullshit with Mr. Cummings. Now the bullshit, I don't even like it. Then he said, you talking nonsense. I don't know who talking nonsense. Okay. Cummings will be Weir's last straw. I hope they are listening. So nobody do that bullshit with Mr. Cummings. You talking nonsense. Good. So I actually blocking. I blocking. Me, I getting fed up with people say, General, it's 8 November. It's 8 November 21st. And of or Joe, which one? Oh, the document, the document. Okay. And yeah, September. It's the 21st, the 21st. September. That's when they receive it. They got copies. They gave them copy of it. It was the September 19. I'm sorry, 13, 2021. That's when they got copies. Yeah. They give it to them. Because when the thing is that this what happened. When I got this document, it's the September 21st. When I got this document, there was only one copy that was, they did it on Zoom. The entire team of virtual, they all sat down and they did it on Zoom. So when they signed the paper, they all signed on one copy, and Mo Ali went and collected the signing sheet and brought it. When they did it, they presented it to the Liberian people. The Liberian people went against it. So they brought a lawyer, they brought the lawyers, Kofi Wood and whosoever, and they went and made some changes and recommended 10 different items. Now, when they made the changes, they went back to them and they sat with them. Even Ure admitted, and they explained and told them what was what, and they all agreed. And then they said, okay, so the next thing is for it, like when y'all vote on something, they all agree on it. Now, they went and make a copy because they had it in the chat room. All this thing they say was in the WhatsApp official chat room, the document that is for everybody. So when they started to, when they only notarize or copy, and that they want to talk to NEC. When they start talking about the documents, that's when they gave each one of them, because they had the copies, but they never got it. And then the Deputy Secretary General, Dulocare Jonathan Tyre, went and distributed it. But it was done, according to this paper, in September 13, 2021, not 20, 2021. That's when they give it to them. That's when they receive it. But all those years, all those months, the document was on in everybody have virtual documents because everybody have copy. It's up to you to print it. So since they complained about it, they went and delivered it to them and they signed for it. They signed. But the other document they're asking for now is the original, the first one. But the first one is not a document. Everybody got a copy of that first one. Everybody got it's in fact it's a draft as I consider it. It's dead. Nobody got the old one. The old one is not a document anymore because they changed it, they did the amendment, and that's it. You can't go and ask for the American Constitution that was done to say that they won't want to use. No. So actually, it was the 21st, not the 20th. That's what I'm looking at. Unless they make a mistake, but all the document all carry the 21st. All carry the 21st September. Yes. Okay. Liberty Party. Okay. See, the one did the same day. Liberty Party received their own on the 13th. Unity Party received their own on the 13th. And on the 12th, I'm sorry, on the 12th, Unity Party received their own. On the 13th, G. Williams, the guy who signed, which is, I think, it's ought to be Gowrat. Wow. Some Williams, some G. Williams, because the writing is not too clear. And he's a receptionist for Liberty Party. And Musa Ability and other admitted, yes, they received the copies. Okay. It was on the 13th. Then on the 12th, Unity Party received their own Alfonso Belle, chairman for election and campaign. He received his own on the 12th. It's the 21st. Okay. Then all Liberian Party, in fact, all Liberian Party received it on the 13th. So two parties received on the 13th, and then another party. So this is a document I was to give to NEC. That was the only document that was in their possession because they only notarized one copy and gave it, and their copy was virtual. It was on the computer. So since they want to be technical, they had to say, okay, let's get everybody the copies. So it's a copy. They give you copy. Everybody got copies. ANC got the same copy. So they receive it. And who received it for Liberty, for ALP? Henry Flomo. Henry Flomo was the National Youth Advisor. His telephone number, everything there, his mobile number, everything is on it. Yeah. A copy of the Collaboration Political Parties framework document for each party and a copy of the party's resolution. Okay. So they gave them two. And the party resolution endorsing the collaboration 13/9/2021. Okay. So this is the document. But this document, when I asked for it, they had the document into their WhatsApp chat room that everybody could see anytime. So you were supposed to print it out and watch it because they did everything virtual. There was no in-person meeting because of the COVID. There was no in-person meeting with them. Yeah. Yet, Reginald Wilson, good evening, man. Yeah. Okay, I see why I blocked Maurice Joe. I thought he was smart. Yeah. He said, you are giving wrong information. They signed the amendment copies. There were two signature pages. Look at him. Look at Maurice George lying. How the hell it will be two signature pages? He said how they will sign it. Now you said they signed the amendment copies. Mr. Ure said we never signed. You see another one. Maurice George brought his own information. And you don't sign amendment copies. Who told you when you amend a constitution, you go and sign again? No, you don't sign. You do not. Hey, man. I see why I blocked Maurice George. I thought I made a mistake. You lied too much, General. Okay, I see why I block you. I got reason of blocking you. Yeah. Yeah, Joseph, the date on it was 9/13. Sorry that I don't look, I'm not looking at the comments, and that's why you see I respond very late when I almost finish it and bring it up because I don't want any distraction. But some of them was on the 12th November 9, 2021. They received it in 2021. Yeah. It is alleged that Samoka is not in the country anymore. Well, no, Samoka in the country. Samoka is in Liberia. He's in Liberia. He's not going nowhere. Samoka not going to run away. If you run away, then he putting things on himself. Nah, he's not going to run away. Yeah, Anita was okay in Liberia today. It was nice, and we had a good time there. But Liberians need to buckle up. Yeah, if we want things to be done in Liberia, we must show that we're ready. Yeah. Oh, no, extrapolation. Yeah. So UP people, now it's branding at tomorrow. Well, commies. Yep. Morris George. Let them go ahead. Yep, it's at the end. I agree with you, Regina. We need to cross our finger and pray for our country, and God should dissolve whatever plans they have. But if we don't talk about it, if we be innocent about it, trust me, it's not going to go down. It will not. They will take the advantage if we don't speak out. Yep. If we don't speak about it, they will go. They will do it. Oh no, I know that very well, but we need to buckle up. We need to stand strong. I agree with you. They support me, they tell me, but they need to do it, not to just sit back. They need to do more. Yeah. Yeah, Lofa, you thank you, Lofa. You did good. And this entire and rally in like in DC was Lofa idea. It was not an ANC program. It was not organized by ANC. It was Lofa who thought about it. And Lofa, to be frank with you, Lofa is not a member of ANC. Lofa can tell anybody the truth. But today, Lofa, you did good. And because Lofa was the one who started, Lofa met the lawmaker today. He met one of the lawmakers and they had a Zoom and whatsoever. Liberians, we need to stand up. We need to fight for ourselves. And thank you very much, Lofa. I think Lofa have arrived because we dropped into the airport and you did good, my brother. We inside together. I always say I'm not a registered member. Lofa is not a member of ANC. He's not a member of any political party, but he just want the good for Liberia. I will tell you. We are our own problems, man. We are. Okay, Andrew. No problem. No problem. No problem. I appreciate it. Yeah. The Supreme Court justice do not know the power that the Constitution gave them. They don't know that they are not answerable to the president. They have more power than. Oh yes, they know that very much more. They know. They know that. They know very. They know that. But they don't have the spine. It's not that they don't know the law, but they think that the Supreme Court is the highest. So when they make a decision, they make it. Yep. Thank you, my brother. We need to. James, yeah, funny man. I'm funny. You're out. Don't worry. You're not even going to. What brought me here? You going long time, Zay. I gave you your exit point, so don't worry. Timothy, now, my man, I see you. Yeah, Floss Sion. Sion, man, this guy, he's the chief IT guy, and he would really want to be the commissioner this time around because Deviator Brown, the threat they're giving her now is like, we owe you, and you owe us now because we got you to the place that we want you to be. Yeah, we got you. Yeah, from Cape Mount. Oh, okay, Sion. I thought he was a crew guy. Thank you for the correction, brother. He from okay, Sion. All the times I thought it was Sion. Okay, Floor Sion. All right. Oh yes, this guy. Yep. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you very much. Yep, I will not. Yep. We don't want foolish people on this show. That's the fact. We don't need foolish people on this show. Can we call in? Yes, Lofa, you can call in, Lofa. Lofa, the number is there. You can call in. Let me see. The number's supposed to be there. Yeah, Lofa, that's the number over there. But you got my number, Lofa. You know what to do. You call any line. Lofa, you can call now before Prince. Please, I beg you. Or maybe Lofa gone to bed. I don't expect you to, but anyway, the time, yeah, it just short distance. Yep. One of them was on George TV talking foolishness. He forgot his phone was still open, telling his daughter to buy Gary and sugar. That's the kind of life they enjoy. Big muff, empty stomach. Ah, win that. Yeah. So listen, that's what they're fighting for. The government really wants CPP to go apart. Now, what they're saying now, what they want to do is that some people are talking to Mr. Cummings to go and join them and bring the document from NEC and then let ANC just go and register and do whatsoever and be part of and everybody go on their own. That is their plan. But it's funny, man. It's funny. It's funny. You know, when I came from DC today, by the time I got home, I got that phone call and I was on that call from, in fact, I was on the call from in the bus from Philadelphia Airport after, no, from Dab and Sharon Hill. When we dropped the other people off, I was on the phone until we got there and the guy told me, he said, listen, Mooney, I'm not going to give my source, so don't worry. He said, this is the situation here. And he called me on in fact, the person called me on Messenger first. And he said, can you send me your WhatsApp number? So I sent it to him because WhatsApp line is very secure. And he called me on WhatsApp and said, where are you? I said, I'm on my way. He said, oh, yeah, I was watching you. I said, I'm on my way to the house. And we started talking. And he gave me all the 9 years. Yeah. Somebody who's from inside. Look, there's no news in Liberia that you want can have. There's no news. There's no news that you want in Liberia that you can have. Yeah. Donzo Moneyball, I know him too. When you see he called my name there, I had to call me. The people who read it normally can call me Moneyball. Some can say money, M-O-N, but you see, he say M-O-N-M-O-R-E. Ball, yeah. Yeah, Dr. Kase helicopter can't enter Liberia today. This is the country we call Liberia. Oh, yeah, Dr. Kase helicopter is staying in the air And I come there, Joey, I get helicopter before that. Okay, somebody bring helicopter. Ah, thank you, man. That is right. Liberian law suffering, you love and oh, love it. Thank you for the show, dear. Thank you, man. I appreciate it highly. Thanks for the show, General. Thank you, Batu. Thank you very much. Listen, guys, we all in this thing together. Yeah. Munel, are you are you 4-star general? Where you get your 4-star from? Please tell us. Okay, guys. Let me answer. My 4 stars. I am a general. I was inspector general in Liberia, Ministry of Labor. So people call me General General. I decided to give myself. I was a 2-star general. So some people ask, are you a 2-star general or 4-star general? Now I'm considering myself a 4-star general. When I started the show, somebody recommended to me. One of my friends said, we'll call the show General of Opinions. So I'm the general of opinions because I said, but why you say that? He said, you know what I noticed about you? You bring people on your show and you allow them to talk. Even they're against you, they will be talking, and you allow them. That's why. So I said, oh yes. I said, but then I think I'll have to get a 2-star. Because in Liberia, my friends who know me from labor ministry, I was inspector general. So people used to go general, inspector general, general. So people who knew me from Liberia in America still call me general. So I decided to just use the name General. And I got a t-shirt for that. You see the sign, the logo, the sign in the back there? I registered it just like that. Just like that. I did that design and I got the t-shirt for it. And you see the logo up here? This logo. Let me, it's up there. This logo. I did it myself and I caught it. I did it and put it on there. Yeah. So that is why, but I'm not a military man. But everybody assumed that when you are general, you're supposed to be in the army, but which is truth. But 4-star, I mean, you're full general. 5-star is always the chief of the chairman of the president, the commander in chief. Always the president is the 5-star. But 4-stars are either the chairman, the joint chief of staff, or just general of the navy or whatsoever. But it's not a military general. Yeah. But all the other people call themselves general. Why you ask why they call them general? Akara Greco is said general. Yasini called herself Lady General. Then even my girl from IE, Lilian, Lilian called herself the general. She called herself the Marine. They had a group they called the Marine. So she was the general. But at least I added my star on it. So over every one of them, I'm a 4-star general now. I'm a 4-star general. Yeah. No. And the capes that we've neck, it's an original cap. It was notarized. Don't let nobody fool you. If no, it's like it's not a hard copy. Let me tell you this. It's not hard copies. The constitution, the document that you take to neck, it's not that you went to a printing press and you fixed the hard copies. What make it original is when you put the stamp and you notarize it. Look, you can print this copy or you use your printer. You use your printer and print, and you take it to the place and notarize it. It's original. It's original. The front of it is color. Let me show you something. Let me show you something on my phone. 1 minute. The color, the copies, and that how it's on the internet too. It's color. Let me show you something here. Let me show you something. Okay. This is how the framework look like. You see it? It's all color. This is the original copies, the front page of the framework. That is the one I was to neck. It's signed May 19. Now, if there's any amendment made to this again, it will still carry May 19 and the same signature, with the same signature on it. And when you read all the way to the end, these are all these are all the things there. Angel representation. They got every one of them. They got Horatius Lafayette Gould. They got all the names of people who did it. They got Horatius Gould. They got Gerald Cole Bangaloo. They got JSB Theodore Momo from ALP. They got Musa Hassan Belete. They got Roland Lafayette Gooding. These are the people who wrote this document before the lawyers came and did the amendment. The names are still in there. It's not changed. You see, review and validated commission. These are the names of people who wrote this document. You see that? They got all of them. Who are the chairmen? Horatius Lafayette Gould, chairman, Alternative National Congress. Then they got Gerald Cole Bangaloo, co-chairman, Unity Party. Then they get JSB Theodore Momo, co-chair, All Liberian Party. All these people, you see, this is the original documents, and they have their names written, and they got members. They were 16, 18. The last were Momo A. Sambula. Momo Sambula left ALP because of the nonsense. He decided to leave ALP when Mr. Ure took them. You see, Momo Sambula, his name is on it. So he was one of the guy that did it. Then look here. They got all the different members. All these members. They got Olosho. In fact, Olosho Stowe was just a member. He was not even head of it. He was just a member. The people who put the document together, Olosho Stowe, the Secretary General. Then again, Darlington Yulsi Bachu, member from the Alternative National Congress. They get Yafwa Bapek, Yafa Bapek, the lawyer. He was just a member. They got Taylor Ure. Taylor Ure was a member from ALP. They got Reverend Sanji A.D. Sept, member. They got Kwamili M. George, member. Then they get Momo Sambula, member, All Liberian Party. Liberty Party, they got all these people, Augustine, they get Jacob Martin and Alfonso Bella. They get Mo Ali from Unity Party, member. Then they get Alfonso Bella from Unity Party, member. All these people named as in the documents. This is the original document to NEC. And this is how it looked like. Then they got the constituent political parties chairperson. They got Wilmot Payne from the Liberty Party. They got Steve A. Zago from Liberty Party. The first one are Unity Party, Liberty Party. They're all ex-officials. Ex-officials, that means they are chairman, but they just serving. They have nothing on it. Then they got Daniel Niten. Then they got Theodore Momo. They all there. Then they got here again drafting committee. Those who draft this document, their names are in there. But this is not what they're asking for. This is not what they are asking for. What they're asking for is the first document that they signed and Liberian people rejected it. What they're asking for, that's it. And that first document is not a document, it's gone. This is the new one that they did the amendment on. Now, if you amend a constitution, you don't need to go back and say, oh, you can sign or no. This page is already there. The American Constitution, when they did the amendment, they rectified it. They went and take it back and reprint it. And they will just make note that this was done on this day, this, but this old signature and the year that constitution was put together will remain the same. Let somebody prove me like Morris George, telling me that the people signed the copies. To show that he won't lie, I will play I start playing that tape over and over. Mr. Ure said now, after we agreed to the amendment, we told them to go and put it together. You see who all put it together? It was not put together alone by Mr. Luscious Stowe. No. Every one of them saw it. Their names are in there. They prepare it. They say, okay, fine. They type in. Other people typing. Now, all the thing is virtual. You got it on the computer. They're just making changes. They're making changes. They make all the changes. Make all the changes. Group, they sign it. When they signed it, they notarized one and they took it to NEC. Out of sincerity, out of honesty, they just signed one. They put it on it. They took it to NEC and they registered the party because they were against time. It was there in almost July. They were against time, so they went and took it to NEC. So everybody expect to get copies because everybody were part of it. Everybody had copies. But when they started, they noise about copy. So since they want to say ANC responsible, so ANC printed the copies out and went to them and delivered it. But behind closed door, what they're not telling you, that's not what they want. That is not what they want. Because Yombly even called NEC, and NEC gave her copy of the original. NEC not going to give you the original. NEC will photocopy it and give it to you. NEC will photocopy it. Now, if I take this and put it in a computer, in a printer, and I print it out, is a photocopy? No, that's a document. If I take this document and put it on a scanner and scan it and copy it, a photocopy. So the document that went to NEC, it was printed, that original, it got a pen on it, it got a stamp on it, original stamp. But all they want, two things they want. They are saying that we want the original copies. Mr. Cummings never had no 5 copies. It was signed by Virgil. They were all looking at each other and signing it. You understand? They were all talking. So Mo Ali was the one who went to them to receive the papers and collect everything. They all there. Everybody signed, and, sign. And they brought the paper to Mo Ali, and Mo Ali collected the paper. It was a signature page. It was not a document itself. So let's say you sign, everybody sign on it, on that page. Everybody sign on that page, and they carry it. Virtual. Some people say, but why I gotta do a Zoom? And technically, when anybody want to be technical, you can say, but they blunder. Because they're supposed to do it in front of the person who notarized it. You just sign and go notarize. But at Liberia now, that Liberia, you can sign and go notarize. Say, my man, you can notarize this thing for me. Fine, let's go ahead. You know what I'm saying? But people were sincere. And that's what they use, Delon and whosoever use it. But the whole thing started with Delon. Let me tell the real truth. Now even you alone, because Delon then brought it in Liberty Party. And that is so when you heard Mr. Boaka at that meeting, say, well, listen, we can go to NEC and get NEC and tell us what to do our document. We can go to NEC and get the document from there and come and work on it. Allah. Once the document is out of NEC, CPP is not a political entity anymore. Once the document is out of NEC hands and say, okay, we all sign, say NEC, we need the document back. NEC will honor it. NEC will say bye. But in the document that is based on consensus that one person should not go and make a decision and take it, because what they never wanted was say, I'm the chairman, I can request for it and do what I want to do. No, we got to all agree. So because he don't want to bring it, so they're requesting for the first copy. So what copy is the one I will give you? Oh, The one you gave me, the one that we changed. Where the cap is. So don't worry. All these people are witnesses. All the names, the people who work on it, they are all witnesses. And they will subpoena the lawyers that did it. So they want for Mr. Boaka to testify. They want to bring their own people, but Cummings' lawyer, because they got to present the case, what they base it on. They got to present that case and say, okay, yeah, when we start, and then Cummings' lawyer too will call for other people and say, okay, I need the lawyers here, I need this other person here, I need this other person. So all the thing is a game. It's a playing game ahead of the time, but you don't know. And you don't need to believe me. You don't need to listen to me because the only way you will understand what I'm saying, you got to have a broad mind or open mind. When the war started in Liberia, we said it was 7 days war. We said that the war was only for the people to the border. The war will not reach to Monrovia. And that war lasted for 14 years. And over 250,000 Liberians perished. At that time, Liberia's population was around 3 million. So do you know how many persons we got rid of? Yeah. But the real removed Justice Kabina Janet from Supreme Court, that making all the Supreme Court justices afraid. Yep. But the Supreme Court justices themselves went against Kabina Janet because the thing they removed Kabina Janet for, the Supreme Court Chief Justice signed on it. Instead of he recusing himself, he stays sat there and they make that decision. Yeah. Yes. Julius, a hard-working guy. Yeah, he's a hard-working guy. Okay, Mariah, they got copies of that document. That one that with neck. Even Yombly also, when they got the information, Yombly also requested NEC to give her copy, and NEC did. When NEC gave them the copies, that's when you saw Henry Costa talking about the copy that came to them was photocopy. NEC would not give you or color copy to prove what? What NEC giving you a color copy for? NEC not going to give you original copies. When you request for copies, the only person that can request for the original will be the 4 political leaders. The 4 parties, let's just say the 4 parties. The 4 parties will sign and say, okay, we need our document. That means no more CPP until we take it back. But the lawyers, the court can subpoena NEC to give them copies, but NEC will not give them original because they would not, NEC cannot give them original. But that is not what they want. They're saying that the first copy that they signed, that the Liberian people rejected, is what they want back. That the copy they want. But what they noticed, when they signed out one copy, when the Liberian people rejected it, when they had it with them, they all agreed to amend it. That means it was not 5 copies. When they amended, they're supposed to get a copy of that amendment. But they all went and registered it. But the copies were on the internet. They put it online. Listen, if you go to Google right now and you just type in CPP of Liberia framework, it will pop up. But Liberians did not read it. They never went through it to read everything. In fact, people say, "Oh yes, it's good." Even I will still search. I will thank God I got it when I will look for the date. They all say nobody can leave the CP. That means the CP document is strong. It's based on consensus. It's just like the United Nations document that you cannot just leave. One man can make a decision to leave. That's what they say. That's what they say. So if the CPP people were serious to hold that whole thing responsible, is for them to stick together to make it work. So even if they say you can't leave, if you sign this thing, you can't leave. Okay, bam, I can't leave. If you leave, you're not run. Okay, we all agree. But do you know what they did that for? They did it because of Mr. Cummings. Everybody felt that Mr. Cummings had no chance. Mr. Cummings had no chance to win in that CPP. And you all know that. We all said it, that Mr. Cummings had no chance. But when they saw the momentum behind Mr. Cummings, that is how they start talking about the black voting. Oh, the man forged the document. Oh, the man did this. Mr. Cummings will forge document. His name is not even none of the documents. Only by signing. Yeah. That's a good one. That is what I'm talking. I say, if the results, if the election result is very close, Mr. Weah will win the election if it's close. So even if he will rig it and you got no choice, they will tell you, say, oh, but the election was tough. The man won with 50.5% of the vote. What you do? There's nothing you can do about it. But if majority of Liberian people vote, we saw it in 1985. Majority of Action Party, everybody knew that Action Party have won the election from the turnout, from the way people voted. Everywhere you go, Kokoloko, they took them, I don't know how many months, and they gave that result to President Doe. But President Doe had the guns. Liberian people were afraid. He was in control of the military. So nobody could have said anything. Yeah. Yes, Julia did good, man. Julius did extremely well. I appreciate it myself. What are the procedure with documentation submitting and requesting with NEC? I'm asking Liberians. Look, the code can go there and just get it if they want it. They requested for they gave 72 hours, but hey, Mr. Cummings don't give it. There's nothing they can do about it. They will just go to the next step. Yep, that is why they are afraid. Mr. Cummings speak on the rule of law. We should learn to respect what we put on paper. Yeah, good. This and they just posted it. So follow this. You will get the framework document. You will get it. Just click on that link. It will take you there, and you can read it for yourself. Thank you, ANC Global. Thank you very much. They refuse to be part of the process. They refuse to pay. Eh? They refuse to pay their bills. Even their share, their dues, according to the CPP document, before they say they should expel you, but now you're supposed to be suspended. But how we suspend them? We cannot suspend them when Liberty Party was already there cheering, and they will agree. They will have to agree to suspend you. But if Liberty Party, who's the chairman at the time, don't bring it up, ANC not going to argue about it. You can talk about it, but the chairman got to bring it up. So the chairman gets some leverage on the whole thing. You know. Yep. Yep. Siata. Yeah. Lofa Julius did good. Thank you, man. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to everybody. Yeah, thanks to everybody. And I don't know what Lofa is doing right now. I wish Lofa can come up. Let me see. So you can hear from him what what transpired today.
Welcome to Verizon Wire.
Okay, guys. I think Lo-Fi is busy. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time. And I got to go get ready. I got to go to work tomorrow. I took off today. But, hey, that's the struggle. The struggle continues. But the truth is the truth. We must stand up. We must stand up and let the government know that this thing here is not something that we're going to just let go. We must give them the message. They're dealing with Ellen. Joshua was never suppressed under Ellen government. Joshua was never invited to police station. Joshua was never tampered with. Joshua was in bed with Ellen Johnson. Seriously, he was never tampered with. They will demonstrate, and there's nothing Ellen could have done to Joshua to even hold Joshua responsible for CDC demonstrating. But today, you see the difference between woman leader, and a man. Yep. And I said it before. I said my fear in this whole government thing when it started, when the election was on, I said if these guys come to power, because I heard them before, if they come to power, it will be a tough thing. Yep. But it happens already, so there's nothing we can do. So if you don't stand up, well, that's it. So thank you very much. God bless you. And let me leave you my Pele song. Just enjoy the song, and this song will take you home. Have a good night, and let us be safe and respect each other. Thank you very much. This song is Kapow, Kapow.
Kapow, kapow, kapow. Kapow, 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 kapow. program moment tenga ko momi nya program to ekpa. Hey. Hello, 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 hello.
Chopra ya limie, ye pa kukwebo. Chopra ya limie, ye pa kukwebo. Tabla kapae, kapa kutaito. Tabla kapae, kapa kutaito. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Nya program moment tenga ko momi nya program to ekpa. Hey. Hello, 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 hello. Kabao, kabao, kabao.